Clients? It's an actual farewell for sure. It's been a long time coming. I've been in the industry for 16 years, and there's so much that I want to do in life, and I want to see and experience, and I feel like I'm the best version that I have been as a performer, as a songwriter, as a singer, and I want to be the best version of me when I'm hanging out, and I'm in country. And I feel like this music is really, really incredible. It's some of my best work yet. And I think it's like I'm gonna go out with a bang. It's gonna be really, really special.
Okay, let's jump into the first question. So you started as a songwriter for artists like Lil Wayne, Pitbull, Sean, Kingston. So before becoming a global performer yourself, looking back, what's the biggest lesson you learned from writing for other artists that shaped your own music?
In writing songs, I pretty much always gone in with an open mind.
Yeah.
And kind of, used to just create from thin air. I think it's a lot easier to go in with a plan, so that when you get into the room, it's not like you're just shooting darts, without any sort of place to shoot the dart. You need some sort of guidance, some sort of plan. So I go in with a couple ideas. Even if I'm going to be co-writing with other people, I go in with an arsenal, and it just makes for a way better session. It makes it more fun even, because we have a clear plan. Anything from choosing a concept, choosing song titles, and even having a couple of melodies in your back pocket. I wouldn't suggest just coming to a session blind, and not having anything. Even if you're a new songwriter and you're coming into a room with other people, you want to just look like you know what you're doing, and if you have like a little song in your back pocket, it just makes you look way, way, way better.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jake. So your music actually blends into R&B, dancehall, and Latin influences, and you created songs like "Talk Dirty," "What You Say," "Wiggle Wiggle." How do you decide which genres mix together, and how's your creative process for this?
I'm a lover of all music. I like all kinds of different music, and to me, when the lines are blurred on an album, those are my favorite kind of albums. I'm not really the kind of person that wants to listen to an album that's kind of the same song front to back. And some people like that. Some people like having one specific vibe, and they turn on the album, and that whole album has that. For me, I love layers. And it's like a movie for me. Or the perfect movie for me is has action in it. You can also laugh, and then it might have a love story of all the inspired in one. It feels like a roller coaster ride. And that's how I like to make my albums as well. I want it to be a roller coaster ride. I want you to be able to fall in love on my albums. I want you to be able to party. I want you to be able to sometimes laugh. And to me, that's a perfect kind of album that just takes you on a specific kind of journey. Now, I know that there's very many artists that come from that perspective, but it's always been my vibe because I love all kinds of music. And once I find an amazing song in a space, I'm like, okay, that space has been filled. Okay, now I need to find a lovey-dovey song. I need to find a party song. I need to find, there's voids I feel like on now, and I'm always trying to fill those spaces.
Okay, interesting. Thanks. So between music, business, and fatherhood, what kind of legacy do you want to build? How do you stay grounded as G.A.M.A person when the world knows you as Jay-Z Derulo?
I couldn't hear you on that. Can you try it again?
Yeah, I will repeat the question. So between music, business, and fatherhood, what kind of legacy do you want to build? How do you stay grounded as Joel the person and the world as you know as JC Derulo?
The legacy that I want to build, continue building, I should say, is always putting my best foot forward, you know, and working as hard as I can. I'm always going to be the hardest worker in the room, no matter what I'm doing, you know, whether I'm shooting a music video, whether I'm shooting social media, whether I'm working out. I always want to be the hardest worker in the room, and I really pride myself in that as a man. That anything that I decided to do, I was going to be successful at because of the work that I'm going to put into it. My legacy as a father, I just want to instill in my son certain things that I feel like are the big pillars in life. You know, when we're speaking about having faith in the Creator and pushing for the things that make him happy, you know, and not following money. I think it's a very, very big curse to be plagued by the pursuit of money.
Yeah.
Money, you know, is great, and obviously it provides comfort and all of these things, but it's not the end all be all. And for me, I found so much more love and great times within the grind, you know, and doing what I love to do, you know, making music. Like, it's like my favorite time was like, remember that time I was 3 a.m. and I was, you know, writing that song till 9 a.m. Like, those are my favorite times. It's not like when I bought some car or like some jewelry or something like that. My favorite time is always, you know, within the field, you know, and if I can instill that within him to find what it is that he loves, that he can find the happiness in the grind and not in some body or something, you know.
Yeah, you can hear that. You mentioned cars.
Anh nói lại.
Huh?
Lại anh không nghe.
Oh, sorry. So you can hear that actually you're a very loving daddy, like a father. You mentioned cars before. We know that you have a very big passion for cars. I mean, you have a $1.2 million car collection with a Lamborghini Hurricane Spider, and you invested in a car wash with a worth of $2 billion. So GAMA Music Racing Festival perfectly combines the two worlds. How excited are you to perform at the event and that celebrates both speed and sound? Yeah, it's like GAMA Music Racing Festival perfectly combines the two worlds, like speed and cars. How excited are you to perform at the event that celebrates both worlds, speed and sound?
I'm super excited. Ironically, my new song is called "You DJ I'll
Rất là
Drive."
hứng thú khi mà
So it couldn't be best timing. Like, it's literally like the best time. It's like the stars aligned on this one. Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, when it comes to cars and when it comes to entertainment, I feel like I don't know, it works really well together. You know, I am definitely going to bring, you know, a very, very energetic show. You know, when it comes to, you know, the best dancers on the planet, the best band on the planet, and my crew is just really, really, really special. So I'm looking forward to putting on an extravaganza.
Nice. So yeah, it's a very unique concept. It's like racing and cars and speed and a very, very great show. So are you planning to bring any racing elements into the performance, like any surprises? Are you planning for the show?
You know, when it comes to, I mean, I don't want to give up what we kind of do, but yes, there's gonna be some great things happening.
All right, we're excited. Let us be surprised. Before I go to the next questions, I want to throw some very impressive numbers with what you have. You have like 58.2 million TikTok followers. You're the fourth most followed male on TikTok. And overall, you have like 200 million followers across all the platforms. In Vietnam, we have like 67 million TikTok followers, the fifth largest globally. Your Savage Love song became a massive TikTok phenomenon with over 4.4 million videos worldwide. What are you expecting when you finally meet all those Vietnamese fans here?
I'm expecting to have an amazing time.
All right.
It's been a long time coming, and I couldn't be more excited. I think, to have someone that's so far from where I'm from, and have my music be received so well there, I think it's a big blessing for me. So I'm really honored to actually come and meet the people up close and personal.
Yeah. All right. So, the Vietnamese fans are actually very passionate and creative with their artists. Like last time when Blackpink was here, they sing the flower song in the concert completely in Vietnamese. The entire stadium was singing the flower song in Vietnamese. So, what are you expecting from the Vietnamese fans? What do you expect from the Vietnamese fans? And then have you anything prepared and phrases? Will you learn some Vietnamese sentences or so?
I always try to. I think it's only respectful, right? Coming to somebody's country and not diving in. I feel like you're doing a disservice to you and disservice to everybody there. So I would definitely love to learn some Vietnamese for sure, and hopefully they understand what I'm saying.
We will try. I think we will try.
But appreciate, because I've definitely had some instances where I butcher a language and I say da da da, and they're like,
and nobody got it.
I don't get it. Was he trying to? We'll see how I do. But the attempt will 100% be made.
Yeah, at least you tried, and much appreciated.
Yeah, they showed me the grab face, give me a little grace.
Yeah.
It's not so
That's nice. Yeah, I'm sure the fans would love it when you have anything like special prepared for them in Vietnamese. So, talking about Vietnamese before, have you ever been in Vietnam before? Like, do you know about the vibrant culture here, the rich heritage, and now that you have the chance to come, anything what you're looking forward to in Vietnam?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to diving in, honestly. Whenever I can, learn new things and entrench myself in a culture that's really different from mine. I'm really excited to do so, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. It's not every day that I get to go to Vietnam. So I definitely want to make the most of my trip. In a lot of different ways.
Excited.
I hear such amazing. I've met so many Vietnamese people in my day, and I have to say some of the most kind-hearted people that I've ever met, for sure. But to get a chance to actually go there and entrench myself within the culture and see all the many fruits that you guys have, I'm really excited. I'm excited to taste the food.
Yeah.
The authentic Vietnamese food. Is it spicy?
It is. Yeah, you can have it spicy, but it's not a general spice. But you can have it very spicy if you want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm done.
So we definitely have to bring you out with some food trips here.
That's 100%. That is number 1A on the list. So the number one is the show, of course.
Yeah.
1A is tasting the food. Sure.
Yeah. That's nice to hear. So coming to you just recently announced the last dance world tour for 2026. And the name sounds like a farewell. Is this a symbolic turning point in your career? Any hints behind it?
It's an actual farewell, for sure. It's been a long time coming. I've been in the industry for 16 years, and there's so much that I want to do in life and I want to see and experience. And I feel like I'm the best version that I have been as a performer, as a songwriter, as a singer. And I want to be the best version of me when I'm heading out, and out of the country. And I feel like this music is really, really incredible. It's some of my best work yet. And I think it's like I'm gonna go out with a bang. And it's gonna be really, really special.
Wow, that's sad to hear that you really. Does it mean like you don't perform anymore, or you're still in the music business for songwriting and producing things in the back?
So I'm super into acting and film.
Oh.
And my heart is definitely calling me into that direction.
All right. Wow. Interesting. We're looking forward to seeing it. Okay. So, I mean, if you come to Vietnam, the fans blow you away, would you consider to come back again for any, in collaboration or bringing your tour here to Vietnam, or even just a creative retreat or vacation in Vietnam?
I don't know. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Because the dates that I just released are the first leg of my tour.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be releasing more dates coming up. So I don't know what is to come. We just put these dates together, obviously, and that's like 7 months away. After that, I'm gonna be putting some more dates up, so I have to figure out the whole picture.
Yeah. Anh muốn hỏi hả?
Mọi người muốn hỏi câu gì chứ?
Questions for the others?
Yeah, I have a question for you. Do you know any Vietnamese artists in the lineup of this music festival you will work with? And if yes, do you think what you think or feel about one of the most popular of them, like Chipu or Mono? Do you know them?
I don't, unfortunately, but I look forward to meeting some of them, anxiously. I can't wait to meet them and hear their music and dive into their artistry. It's my favorite thing to do, to dive into other people's work and see who they are, where they come from, and how they become who they became.
So do you have any plan to collab with them on stage, like a duet or something like that?
Not as of yet, but I like your idea. I like where your head is at.
Any other questions?
So just start with something fresh. So, hi, I'm Nghệ. I wonder if you can see me in the picture with all these artists, journalists. Yeah, I'm right here. Hi. So I've been hearing you starting out like a new tour. The last was then as Miss Ruby. Maybe I have just asked you some question about it. So that means you're gonna have quite a. So you're gonna start next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
January.
Yeah, great. So that means you're gonna be away from your son for a really long time, chasing King. And you seem like a really caring dad, and so having that span of time being away from him, does that make you how you reconnect with him while you are being far away for the most part?
That would be impossible. I mean, I'm going to be gone for months, so I wouldn't allow that amount of time. So he'll definitely coming out on the road.
Oh.
And spending some time with me on the road as well.
Wow. Oh, so he's gonna be on stage with you, just like the one you bring him on stage to sing.
Yeah, from time to time, yeah, for sure.
Great. So you are an artist, you're an influencer, you're being really popular on TikTok as everybody know. So you post a lot of videos about you and your son too. So do you have the time you just feel like you're not gonna post the content to it's about privacy or about the kid. Like you see a lot of parent, like influencer parent, they do a lot of video with their kid and they got some backlash. So do you feel like sometimes you're just supposed to hold back some of the video, or just
Yeah, if I posted everything, um, you know, my page would be a lot different. Sure. But I post nice things, you know, like the last thing that I posted with him was something that I thought was important, both for him. I thought it was important for other fathers out there as well, because I think when couples break up, they feel like the relationship is completely over. But when you have a kid together, the relationship, like your family, your child, like no matter what, you're tied to that person forever. And I want my son to understand that I know that and I appreciate his mother and love her as his mother. And I also wanted to instill in him the notion of how to treat his mom, you know, and what he and how he should make her feel. So on Mother's Day, I took him and I allowed him to pick the things that he wanted to put together for this flower shop in the store, and I thought it was a beautiful thing, a beautiful experience for him and for a lot of fathers out there to see, you know. I mean, I filmed it myself, you know, it was not very good filming. No one saw that. I don't know if they told me that my filming sucked. But I thought it was a really nice moment, you know, and I thought people needed to see that. And there's other moments that I don't think people need to see, you know, so I'm not picking choose.
that's great. To talk about your child's mother, so how is co-parenting like? You're really open about it, and we love to see like co-parenting that you're not shy away from being regular with her, but you're still having chasing king and raised him. So how is co-parenting like?
It can be tricky, you know. You know, sometimes I'll meet somebody and they be like, "Aren't you married?" I'm like, "What? I've never been married." So you know, it can be tricky from that standpoint. But I mean, I think that's so secondary. I think the family element is number one, and I try my best to keep it as healthy for him as possible. And he really enjoys moments where we can actually be together and do something all together, you know. And I know that he appreciates and loves those times, so I give him those times, and I'm glad that she's open to it, and I'm open to it. So it makes it all the more of a happy environment, if you will.
So you're creating like a really loving environment for Jason King to grow up. So Jason King is preschool right now, right? Or he's in secondary? No. Is he in preschool yet?
Yeah, it's 4, so I don't know what they call that. That's preschool. Yeah, it's preschool.
So kindergarten? No.
Personally, every time I ask him what he's doing, he's like, "Yeah, we colored today." I'm like, "Oh, nice." So I have mixed feelings about the school system right now. But we'll get into that another time.
So is this so do you imagine him going on into your footsteps, like being a singer, being a songwriter?
Whatever it is that he desires, you know, I don't imagine anything for him. He does really like music, but he also really likes to be in the pool. Like he's obsessed with being in the water. And he's an incredible singer. I mean, swimmer for his age.
Singer?
And I don't know, that's where I see him thriving the most right now. But we'll see. You know, he's 4 years old, and you know, I would suggest that he picks whatever it is that he loves the most, because obviously it's way easier to become amazing at something that you love, because you can do that all the time and not feel like it's work.
So you saw him thrive in music, right? Like, did he ever contribute idea or like give feedback to you? Like I saw. Did he ever do that?
He don't play around with him, but he don't like something, he'll let me know.
That's good.
Yeah, he can be a harsh critic. But sometimes, like, I'll bring him that same song, and I, like, changed it up and, like, made it better. And, like, he'll like it. So, like, I think he's really sharp when it comes to how good a song is. And I think, if I'm being honest, I think most kids are. Because they have a real knack for sticky melodies. You know, things that really stick to your bones. And they're honest. You know, as we get older, you know, that lying muscle gets stronger and stronger. But yeah, he doesn't know how to lie, so you gotta let me know.
So you said he's good at music and he always good at the swimming pool too. So it's really mirror you. You're really good at music and also managing business. I heard you have I heard you wrote a book on how to build like a thriving business. So how is the car wash thing? Because it sounds so cool, like subscription for car wash where you can go whenever you like. Like, how is the business right now?
Business is booming. People are washing their cars. Even during the pandemic, people were washing their cars. This is the one thing that never wavered. You know, it was not like other businesses where you had to shut down or like money stopped. No, it was this subscription model like didn't suffer at all. Like people still wanted to wash their cars for some reason. I don't know where they're going, but people really take pride in their cars, you know, and the reason why is because it's our external expression. When we leave home, the car is, you know, it's kind of, it speaks to your personality, you know. So keeping your car clean speaks to how you would probably treat your home. Hopefully, you want to keep your car clean. So that people can think, oh yeah, this is a cleanly person. Your house is probably clean too, you know. So it's just our external expression, and I think people really take pride in that. I know people that wash their cars every day. I don't, but I understand somebody that does.
So G.A.M.A is also like doing a lot of things about race car and stuff. So would you like have an idea of like bringing it to Vietnam, bring your business to Vietnam? I mean, expand. You're a good businessman. Why don't expand? There's car everywhere. So I think, do you have an idea of like bringing it, expanding it globally, your business globally, especially Vietnam, maybe?
I do have that. The only thing is, I would need a partner in the market that understands the market and understands location, understands the culture and how to do things in Vietnam, right? So me not being from there, I'm not an expert in the culture and how things are ran. So I would need a partner that was knowledgeable in this space already, and is from Vietnam, and had enough capital to pay for half of the entire compartment that we want to build. Say if we wanted to do 20 washes, they'd have to come up with the money for, say, 20 washes, and then we both pay for it down the middle, and yeah, it would be pretty simple.
Wow. I think that's it for me. For us. Do you have any questions?
Can I ask you a little bit more about Vietnam?
Sure.
Thank you. You said that you are eager to have a food trip in Vietnam, right? So, have you heard any kind of signature food about Vietnam? Do you hear about them? Do you know them?
No, not yet. No, not yet. But hopefully, I have a guy that's much like yourself that is gonna be willing to teach me and give me all the right things.
Yeah.
I have the greatest experience.
Yeah,
So,
right.
can you tell me now, like your top two dishes that you make on your
Top two, I think most foreigners would go for pho. I think the first thing is pho in Vietnam. That's the most famous. But
Bánh mì.
pho and bánh mì, I think. Bánh mì is kind of a kind of bread, like? I'm not sure how to describe it. That is had a signature name. It's bánh mì, kind of very signature in Vietnam. You should try that, and it's easy to try to find it everywhere here.
Wait, you should make like a TikTok video of trying all Vietnamese food. That would be so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
it's like a paradise for food here.
So I hope you guys don't mind. So you guys gotta be my focus group for my entire Vietnam. They told you that, but
We will be your idea hub for all your TikTok content.
yeah, you're gonna do everything together. It's gonna be great.
All right.
That's it.
Do you have any final words you want to share with Vietnam? To the public, to the fans?
I want to love. It's been incredible to watch from afar the support of Vietnam. So I'm looking forward to making my way and having the best night of my life.
Great, great.
See
Thank you, Jason.
See
Thank you very much. Appreciate it for your time.